The film industry has always been captivated by its own grand flops, often revealing a mismatch between what audiences anticipate and what directors deliver. Interestingly, the very promotions designed to boost a film can sometimes lead to its downfall. The recent theater closures and sluggish revival have transformed our view of movie success. High-profile films, like The Suicide Squad and Pixar's Turning Red, have notably underperformed at the box office despite critical acclaim. 8 of the 18 major loss-making films since 2020 were released directly to video-on-demand platforms within a month of their theatrical debut, signaling a significant industry shift. This is further evidenced by the emergence of Netflix's $200 million budget films, which have received tepid reactions so far. Interestingly, many of the biggest box office failures trace back to the 21st century, though they aren't all disasters. Some botched their marketing, others overpromised, and a few were just mediocre. Join us in this video as we explore the top 6 biggest box office flops in cinematic history. Number 6. Tomorrowland. 2015 was a rocky year for blockbusters, and Tomorrowland, a film by Brad Bird and Damon Lindelof, was no exception. On the surface, it had all the makings of a success, a family-friendly sci-fi story set in the fantastical Disney-themed world of Tomorrowland. Yet, despite a whopping budget of nearly $200 million, it was the uninspiring script that led to its downfall, ranking it among cinema's major box office failures. Number 5. Mortal Engines. Mortal Engines, a grand spectacle involving the creative genius of Peter Jackson and based on Philip Reeves' novel, was ripe with potential but failed to deliver. While the special effects were top-notch, the film was let down by a lackluster script and bland characters. The performances were uneven, with Hugo Weaving disappointing, while Robert Sheehan managed to reclaim some honor through his superb role in The Umbrella Academy. With losses estimated at around $190 million and a modest $83 million box office take, it was a considerable flop. Number 4. The 13th Warrior. After the triumph of Jurassic Park, movie adaptations of Michael Crichton's novels seemed like surefire hits. However, the 1999 film The 13th Warrior was a stark exception. Despite having the acclaimed John McTiernan as director and Antonio Banderas as its lead, this medieval action film greatly underperformed. Against a soaring budget of approximately $160 million, the film scraped in just over $60 million, with some sources reporting losses exceeding $200 million. Number 3. John Carter. John Carter, the film adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' novel, was earmarked as the blockbuster sensation of 2012, expected to rake in close to $1 billion and kickstart a trilogy based on the American adventure novelist's work. However, despite breaking even on paper, its losses were a staggering $230 million due to an exorbitant advertising campaign. Critics point to a muddled marketing strategy, which included a contentious title change and trailers that failed to excite. Early reviews were mixed, applauding the special effects and action sequences but criticizing the script and character development, all leading to John Carter being a significant box office flop. Number 2. Cutthroat Island. Cutthroat Island has long been a sore spot for viewers, not just for its shortcomings but also because production company Carolco opted to produce it over Paul Verhoeven and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Crusade. The result was a disaster. Despite a budget nearing $100 million, the film's profit was a mere $10 million, culminating in losses of about $187 million. Adding insult to injury, director Renny Harlin was nominated but lost the Golden Raspberry, which went to Paul Verhoeven for Showgirls. Number 1. The Lone Ranger.
From the time of Alexander the Great, no man could travel faster than the horse that carried him. Not anymore.
Gore Verbinski, acclaimed creator of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, also has a less celebrated film to his credit, The Lone Ranger. This film, featuring Johnny Depp, was based on Fran Stryker's radio play about a masked cowboy, played by Armie Hammer. The film's budget ballooned to $250 million, and its production faced numerous hurdles, leading to talks of scrapping its release. Though it managed to cover production costs, it racked up losses of over $220 million, attributed largely to an expensive and ineffectual marketing campaign, thus sealing its fate as a massive box office failure. That concludes our cinematic journey through some of the biggest box office flops in history. From overhyped science fiction to adventurous cowboy tales, these films remind us that a significant budget, a star-studded cast, or even association with a successful franchise doesn't guarantee box office gold. The blend of right timing, engaging story, compelling characters, and effective marketing is a delicate one. Yet, every so-called failure is a lesson learned, and these films have undeniably left their mark on the cinema industry. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing trips down cinema's memory lane. Until next time, keep watching, stay curious, and keep the popcorn popping. Thanks for watching.